Then, now, forever. Welcome to Monday Night Raw, as we are coming to you live from inside of the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, as we are live here tonight, as we are officially getting closer and closer to WrestleMania, as tonight, Brock Lesnar is here. Brock Lesnar is officially here after he attacked CM Punk 2 weeks ago, after he made a monumental return to DWC and attacked CM Punk, and he has not let that go since. CM Punk showed up last week. Brock Lesnar was not in the house, but tonight we can confirm that Brock Lesnar is here, and we are getting word right now that CM Punk is on his way out here right now. And there he is. CM Punk wants his answers. He wants to get his hands on Brock Lesnar, as he knows Lesnar is here. WrestleMania season always kicks up. It's so much going on, and CM Punk wants to fight. And you see him, he's dressed to fight. CM Punk coming prepared, because he knows what he's ready to do here tonight. And when CM Punk has his sights set, there is no changing his mind. CM Punk is ready for war.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome CM Punk!
Brock Lesnar came out here and poked the bear 2 weeks ago, and now he done riled CM Punk all up, and now CM Punk wants to get his hands on Lesnar, and he might just do that here tonight. But can CM Punk keep his control? Can he keep it together? Because we all know CM Punk, when he gets agitated, when he can't get what he need at that moment, CM Punk snaps out, and you see it right here on his face that Lesnar is in a world of trouble. And I just hope Lesnar is ready for what he just made. Oh, there he is! Brock Lesnar wasted no damn time! Brock Lesnar is here, and all hell is about to break loose! Brock Lesnar is here, and he looks like he is ready! Oh! Brock Lesnar made that monumental return 2 weeks ago to Monday Night Raw in DWC. It's been almost 2 years since we have seen Brock Lesnar, but he is back, and he has a new target, and that is CM Punk. You see Brock Lesnar staring down CM Punk. This is gonna be a war between these two. Brock Lesnar wants flesh, and he definitely is coming for it. Oh, whoa, 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 look at CM Punk. CM Punk went straight in for him there. CM Punk wasted no time, as he is taking it straight to the base, and the beast is down. CM Punk has got him up. He just tossed Brock Lesnar outside of the ring, and look at him hitting the push-ups. Brock Lesnar just got embarrassed here tonight. CM Punk got his revenge on Brock Lesnar after that vicious attack 2 weeks ago. And Brock Lesnar is laid out barely trying to make it back to his feet here. Brock Lesnar was just tossed outside of the ring by CM Punk. But CM Punk is standing tall here. But Brock Lesnar is angry that he just got embarrassed by CM Punk. CM Punk was not letting that slide. Brock Lesnar knows what he's in for, and he just poked the bear out of CM Punk, bringing out the monster in him. Wow, CM Punk and Brock Lesnar going head to head. That was one hell of a brawl between these two. But ladies and gentlemen, tonight, we got so much in store for you here tonight, because tonight, like I said, we are here inside of Madison Square Garden, one of the most famous world arenas, right here in the heart of New York City. As you see it right there, ladies and gentlemen, what a spectacular view of Madison Square Garden. MSG, as Monday Night Raw emanates right here live, as this is continuing the road to WrestleMania and Philadelphia. But now it is time for the World Tag Team Championships on the line, as Eric and Ivar get that championship rematch that they earned last week after knocking off the LWO. The War Raiders is now ready, as this is their opportunity to win back their World Tag Team titles. They have held those Tag Team Championships for over 2 long years, until they was defeated by American Made 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. But now they got that championship opportunity, as this could be their moment to gain their championship titles back. Eric and Ivar are like brothers, and they knows what needs to be done to get those titles back in their possessions. This is last week right here on Monday Night Raw, when they challenged for those tag team titles, taking on the LWO, as they almost dang near killed the LWO, but they dominated this entire match hand to hand, as they decimated the LWO. The NXT Tag Team Champions as well had an opportunity to become double champions, but it just wasn't enough. But this right here is what put the match away for the War Raiders, as getting them this opportunity here tonight on Monday Night Raw. The War Raiders standing tall last week. I am so proud of Eric and Ivar, as tonight they are ready to sing. They're ready to get it on. They're ready to get this match ready, as you see them. They have been one of the greatest, without a doubt, tag team champions in the modern era, holding those championships for almost 2 years. But now they have an opportunity to gain those titles back and have another reign. But now here comes American Made, the brand new tag team champions of the world. Julius and Brodus Creed won those tag team championships 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, and now they have an opportunity to take these championships to the next level. But first, they have to go through these gentlemen. This is a team weighing in over 500 plus pounds between Ivar and Eric, making up the War Raiders. But I do feel like Brodus and Julius, if anybody, they have the skills, they have the strength, they have the potential to take these two down and retain those tag team championships. But this is what it's all about right now. Those World Tag Team titles is officially on the line.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championships! Brodus and Julius America Made!
All right, American Made is ready to defend those tag team championships. This could be the last time they hold those championships. I know they don't want to lose the titles on their very first championship title defense, but we've seen it happen before in the past. But they gotta make sure they hold that same momentum that they held 2 weeks ago to win those tag team titles. But here we go. You see Ivar running straight to Julius with that jumping DDT, taking control of this match right here. The War Raiders are definitely not a team to be played with. And look at Ivar, and he drops him down right there. You see the tag team maneuver from Eric and Ivar as they work very well, hitting those double tag team maneuvers. And Julius is in a dangerous spot right here. He is definitely in a dangerous spot. Julius got to keep that momentum going because that one slip up will cost them the match and they will lose those World Tag Team titles. And Eric comes down right there with a jackhammer right there to Julius. And now tossing Julius right there into the corner. He's in a dangerous spot. Julius got to get out of that corner. And that you just see it right there. And Eric just tosses the 330-plus pound big man Ivar right into Julius. And he comes down with a splash right there to the back of Julius. Julius definitely is in a hurt right now because he is in a dangerous situation. Oh my gosh. And now we going in for a cover here. The first cover of the match right now. But no, Julius is still alive in this match. You see Brodus is taunting him on, and you see him right there with a corkscrew right there to Eric. And now he just tossing and got him right there over in the corner. And Julius is just right where he needs to be. And Julius right there just dropping down Eric. And now he's working on the arm of Eric right there. But Eric fights out in a reversal right there with a jabs right to the face. And now tossing him right there. Uh-oh. Got him up right here. And he drops him down right there. You see the power from both these men. And he comes down with a splash. Ivar came down right there, but Julius left nobody home for that. But now he's bringing him back to his feet here. Tossing Julius back into the dangerous corner, but Julius reversed that right there. And Julius right there with a jab right to the back of the big man. Tossing him right there in the corner. But now here comes Brodus. He is officially in this match here. Uh-oh. And he drops him down right there with a double team. The Creeds is right on him right there. The Creeds is in their right positions. And now Julius is back in. Julius come back in, and Eric is back in. Both men made the tag. And now Eric is in the driver's seat, dropping down Julius right to his abdomen, right there to the knee. But he tags in Brodus as Julius needed to recover right there from that. Oh, and Eric right there with the elbow right to the back of Julius. And you see him stomping on him right there. And he got him up right there and dropping him down. And Eric is going for it. Eric with the body splash. The body splash right there to Brodus. And now tossing him right there in the corner. He's over in the dangerous spot. Eric holds him, and he got him. And look at Ivar. He comes down right there with a massive clothesline. And now he's going for a cover, but Julius counters that right there, breaking that up. Saving the day for the Creeds. And now here comes Eric. Eric is back in. You see the War Raiders is doing everything possible in their might to win these tag team titles back. And you see him right there, roaring to the crowd. And Eric slamming him down right there on the back of his head. And now he's going up top. And Eric comes down. He comes down right there with an elbow. Right there to Brodus. And now Brodus sweeps him off his feet. Quick back reversal right there. Oh, and a headbutt right there. But he's going for the tag. And he tags in his brother Julius. As Julius is in the match. And again in a baseball slide. But Eric re-encounters that right there. And Julius got him up. He has him up on his shoulders here. Dropping him right there on the ropes. And he's going for a cover. 2. And no. Ivar stays in this thing here. Titles can only change hands by pinfalls or submission. And now we look at Brodus. Oh. And now Brodus and Eric is the official men in this match right now. The two legal men. And a cannonball. You just saw the cannonball right there from Brodus. And Brodus got him up. And Brodus dropping down right there. You see the power from the former amateur professional wrestler. And now what is he going for? And now here comes the big man. The big man is tagged back in. You see Ivar is ready. Oh, and a springboard. A springboard shoulder tackle right there. That is crazy to see that from Ivar. The big man definitely got some moves in that ring, and he can move. Size does not matter when it comes to Ivar because this man can move. Oh. And he's got him up right there. He's gotten Julius up, dropping Julius right there in the turnbuckle. And Ivar, oh! Ivar went for that moonsault, but he missed him right there. And both men on the outside right here. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. And you see Julius is just taking it right there to Ivar. These men got to get back inside the ring. This is a championship title match. It only can happen by pinfalls or submissions. Julius got to get back inside, but it only works on Julius' favor. Ivar or Eric is the legal man. You got to get him back in the ring. Oh my gosh. The War Raiders won the match, but on what expense? They didn't win the titles. Julius was still stuck outside of the ring. He didn't make it back in time, which means the titles could not change hands due to a countout. The Ivar lost that opportunity. Oh my God. The War Raiders really just lost that opportunity right there. They had it in their hands. They had it in their clutch. how could they lose to a countout? But it worked well in the favor of the Creeds because they retained the tag team titles, which now leaves the War Raiders no longer able to go for those tag team championships anymore. Congratulations to them on winning the match, but they didn't win the titles. The War Raiders were so close. They were so an inch away of winning those tag team titles, but it just wasn't enough for them to get those titles as they had that one mishap. Only if he would have got him back in the ring, back in time. But he didn't make it happen. This right here, where we thought this was going to be almost one of the endings right there, but this was the crucial ending to this match, leading to a ring countout.
Here is your winners, the War Raiders!
What you want, fool?
Listen, you think just because you got an upper hand on me last week in that six-pack challenge, don't mean you're better than me. Okay.
Listen, bro. I never said I was better than you, but I can prove it tonight. So let me go talk to Adam, and let me show you what's up.
It's whatever. Just remember, I'm a Mysterio, and I'll always be better than you.
Well, I don't have a famous last name, but I do have a famous bounce. See your corny ass out there.
Well, still to come tonight, the Women's World Champion, Rhea Bloody Rhipley, is here, and she has some words for her WrestleMania challenger, Carlita Cortes. That is tonight. Rhea is here. And we know Carlita Cortes is in the building. Things is just heating up. But now, here comes the ring general, Gunther, as Gunther has now officially know who he will challenge at WrestleMania.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Intercontinental Champion, the Ring General, Gunther!
Gunther, Oba Femi at WrestleMania. We will continue Raw live next here on YouTube. We are back live here on Monday Night Raw, premiering here on our official YouTube channel as we have the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther, in the ring as he has some words for his next and maybe final challenger, the ruler, Oba Femi.
Last week I saw who will face me at WrestleMania. Oba Femi, congratulations on your massive victory last week. to step into the ring with the ring general. I will admit you're big, you're strong, and you're powerful, but you're no match against me one-on-one. And at WrestleMania, I'm going to end you before you even start. This ring has been mine as Intercontinental Champion for the past 7 months, crushing everyone that steps in my way. This championship will not move anywhere as long as I am champion.
And here comes the ruler, Obafemi. Last week we saw Obafemi make his impressive and massive Raw debut last week as Obafemi was the surprise 6th opponent in that 6-pack challenge, and he won the whole damn thing. And we now know that Obafemi will challenge Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. The ruler is here. This is gonna be one hell of a match. This is gonna be a spectacle. A dream match. Obafemi and Gunther. This is Goliath versus Goliath in this match. WrestleMania. The house is gonna come down when these two gladiators step into the ring one-on-one for that historic Intercontinental Championship. This is gonna be Gunther's biggest challenge has ever stepped in the front of him.
Listen, Gunther, you don't know me and I don't know you. But what I do know is that at WrestleMania, I'm going to drop you and embarrass you on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania and take that Intercontinental Championship.
Oba, I understand. This will be your first WrestleMania, and in your case, maybe your last. Because you're right, I don't know you, and you definitely don't know me. I tear people's chest apart, and come WrestleMania, I am going to cave yours in standing over your defeated body, holding up still the Intercontinental Champion.
Gunther, you have stepped into the ring with many challenges over the past 7 months. But you never seen a ruler before, and at WrestleMania, you will bow to the new Intercontinental Champion.
Well, these two is fired up for WrestleMania as Gunther and Obafemi is official because they will go one-on-one at WrestleMania for that Intercontinental Championship. As you see Gunther leaving the ring intimidated by the ruler, Obafemi. Gunther stood his ground against Oba, but Oba is the ring ruler as Oba makes it clear to Gunther that at WrestleMania, that will be his last time as champion, and he's made that loud and clear. Well, Obafemi and Gunther, what a match that's going to be. But ladies and gentlemen, fast forward, because after WrestleMania, we will be bringing to you Backlash St. Louis. That will be coming to you live, premiering on our official YouTube channel on Sunday, May 10th. You don't want to miss it. And it's going to be presented by Morgan & Morgan. Backlash comes to St. Louis for the first time ever, as Backlash will be coming off the heels of WrestleMania. But now it is time for more action, because here comes one of Mexico's greatest luchadors from around the world, Dragon Lee.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tallahassee, Mexico, weighing in at 165 pounds,
Dragon Lee has been having some little back and forths with the New Day for the past couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, Dragon Lee had a little altercation with the New Day, but then fast forward to last week, he challenged Kofi Kingston to a match, defeated Kofi Kingston, embarrassed him, leaving the New Day angry, and then Xavier Woods later on that night challenged Dragon Lee to a match here tonight, here in Madison Square Garden. So, what is this leading to? And I think Dragon Lee needs to find himself a partner to go up against the New Day, because this tag team division is getting a little hot around here, so these teams is coming up. And there's the New Day right there, Kofi Kingston.
And his opponent, representing the New Day, being accompanied to the ring by Kofi Kingston. From Atlanta, Georgia, weighing at 214 pounds, Xavier Woods.
Like I said, the tag team title scene is coming up real hot. We saw the tag team titles on the line earlier as the War Raiders was rewarded their rematch after winning a #1 contenders match last week against LWO and NXT's tag team champions and current Raw superstars, which had an opportunity to become double champions last week, but it wasn't an option for them as the War Raiders won that match, and earlier tonight they got their match, but it didn't work in their favor as they won by a countout, which means that the referee counted them out and the titles does not change hands. So Julius and Brodus is still the World Tag Team Champions, which now opens the door for new competition for Julius and Brodus, which it now officially knocked out the War Raiders from the World Tag Team title scene. Now we got Dragon Lee and Kofi Kingston. They went one-on-one last week, but right now it's Dragon Lee and Xavier Woods one-on-one, and you saw that right there. That modified reverse flip right there from these two. Dragon Lee is a very, very skilled professional Mexican wrestler, and he is not taking no prisoners. He is not taking the bullying from the New Day, because he said he would take on both of them if he could, but he wants to show each one of them one-on-one that he got what it takes to beat them. And Xavier Woods right there with a step-up insecurity, but I don't think he got all of it right there to Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee right there with a standing moonsault and a cover there right there from Charles Robinson, but that was a near fall as Dragon Lee is still in this thing right here. Dragon Lee's got him up, and he's got him up right there with a fisherman's carry, dropping down Woods. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston are multiple-time tag team champions in their own right, and it looked like that they are definitely looking to be on the next track of getting a tag team championship match down the line. Oh my God, you just saw that right there. Dragon Lee working on the arm, and he's up right there with a splash right there, taking down Xavier Woods. And Dragon Lee right there, running right into Woods as he's getting the best of him. But I spoke too soon as Xavier Woods reverses that right there. And now look at Xavier. Xavier running into him right there. He's getting gamed up. And he drops him down with a drop kick right there. And you see Woods is getting fired up. And now he's going in for a cover right there. And Dragon Lee survives. He stays in this thing. And now what is he looking for? He's got him up with a press slam. Oh, and he's going for a cover. He's going in one. And no. Xavier Woods got it this time. And Dragon Lee. Two. Oh, no. And now he goes back to Woods. Goes back to Dragon Lee. Oh, and he broke it out right there. Both these men tried so hard to get that cover. You see Dragon Lee right there with the knee right to the face of Xavier Woods. And he's got him up right there. He's got him up on his shoulders. And he's trying to fight it out here. Trying to fight him. Oh my God, you just see him right there. And Xavier. I thought he was gonna go for a cover there. And what does Xavier have in mind here? What does he have in mind? And Xavier got him up. He's got him up here, and he drops him down, and he gets the cover. Could this be the fate of... Oh, my gosh! Oh, my. He almost had it right there. He literally could smell it right there. Dragon Lee almost lost to Xavier Woods. But he got him up right here. And And Dragon Lee. Oh my gosh, what the hell was that? And you see Lee is getting fired up. What is Lee looking to do here? Get down, Dragon Lee. He's getting it up. Oh, and he hits it right there. Dragon Lee. Oh my gosh, a rope break right there. But now Dragon Lee is going back up top. He's up top, and he comes down with a modified coup de grace. Double kicks right to the abdomen, and he gets the victory over Xavier Woods. He just defeated both members of the New Day. Congratulations to Dragon Lee, standing tall over now both members of the New Day. So what does they gotta say now about Dragon Lee? But now Dragon Lee also stated that after he defeated them, he said he's going to go find him a tag team partner to take on these two next week. Dragon Lee, I can't wait to see who's going to be the tag team partner of Dragon Lee as they take on Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. This right here, where we thought it was the end for Dragon Lee. I was so convinced this was it right here because it was so close right here. But this is what turned the tables for Dragon Lee, getting him that massive victory right there. And that set it up the moment for this right here for Dragon Lee. But he went in for the cover, but he had that rope break right there, but he went for option 2 as he took it up top right there for a coup de grace right there to Xavier Woods. Getting that massive victory over Xavier Woods here tonight as the New Day has been laid flat out. Well, that one-on-one situation is done. Tag team situation next.
Here is your winner, Dragon Lee!
Congratulations once again to Dragon Lee.
I called you here because this has to end. We can't keep having you and Brock going at it week after week. So here's what I am going to do. On Sunday, April 12th, you and Brock will compete at WrestleMania one-on-one. How does that sound?
Thank you, Adam. I can't wait to get my hands on him. And I promise you at WrestleMania I'm going to end the beast once and for all.
Just please don't do anything rash in the meantime, Punk.
You know me, Adam, I can't promise you anything, but I'll do my best.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure, if you haven't, please make sure to support us here on our official YouTube channel. As you see it right there in the middle of that ring, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe And also, if you haven't, make sure to turn on those notification bells to get all the latest news and uploads from DWC Networks to make sure you stay in tune to everything that's going on, and you will get the first notifications when we will be uploading. Thank you for supporting us here on our YouTube channel and helping us grow. But ladies and gentlemen, as we're moving forward, because WrestleMania is inching closer and closer and closer, because on Saturday, April the 11th and Sunday, April 12th, we will be bringing to you live inside of the Lincoln Financial Field for the first time ever, WrestleMania. This is big for me because this is in my backyard. I live 15 minutes out from Philadelphia in a small city of Chester, Pennsylvania. So this is amazing that I'm happy that DWC is having this moment. Oh my gosh! And here comes the Women's World Champion, Rhea Rhipley. Mommy's here! Whoa! The star power of this woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Women's World Champion, Rhea Rhipley!
Well, we now know that it's official because at WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley will officially defend her championship for the first time ever against Carlita Cortes. These two have never went one-on-one, and it's for a world title. How will this be the outcome between Rhea Ripley and Carlita Cortes? I cannot wait to see this match go down at WrestleMania. But Rhea Ripley, she is not letting Carlita intimidate her, because like Rhea Ripley said, she might have all the experience. She been here for a long time, but Rhea Ripley runs the modern era as she is always on top.
So, if you all saw SmackDown this past Friday night, I've finally gotten what I wanted. It's now official that at WrestleMania, I will defend my championship against one of the greatest women to ever step foot in this ring. That is Carlita Cortes. After standing face to face with me on SmackDown, she knows that this won't be an easy road, as I will make this bumpy as possible for her going into WrestleMania. Because when I'm finished with her, it's going to be nothing left but scraps. I'm so happy that Carlita has chosen me, because now I can show her that her time has passed. And when I beat her, I will put her ass on the shelf to retire. It's my time now, Carlita Mommy's time. I'm running this women's division in the modern era. And after Mania, I still will be, because Mommy's always on top. So, Carlita, come WrestleMania, I'm going to be the demon in your dreams and take your soul.
Rhea Ripley made that very clear, that at WrestleMania, she's going to be the demon of Carlita's dreams, because she's going to shatter those dreams once again, as Carlita is looking to win her 17th Women's Championship at WrestleMania. But she gotta go through Rhea Bloody Ripley. In it, whoa. Oh my gosh! Carlita just flew from the freaking heavens. Oh my gosh. She just came out of nowhere and attacked the Women's World Champion. WrestleMania season is just going wild here tonight. Oh my gosh. Carlita diving from the top rope, attacking Rhea Ripley. I know she's not going to like that. Rhea Ripley is definitely going to be mad about after that. We thought Carlita was better than that, but like we said, Carlita is getting desperate. She wants that championship back, and she's going to do anything to get it back.
Adam, you have some news to share with us regarding Brock versus Punk at Mania. What's the status?
Yes. At WrestleMania, I made a decision that the match between Brock Lesnar and CM Punk will now be a Philadelphia street fight. So anything goes.
Wow, that is definitely some huge news. Thanks, Adam, for sharing. Gentlemen, back to you.
Oh my gosh. We now know that CM Punk will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. But we now are learning that it's going to be a Philadelphia street fight. Oh my gosh. But it is now time for Women's Tag Team Championship opportunity.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie
Stephanie Vicker and Io Sky earned this opportunity 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. But now they have this opportunity as they knocked off Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. And now they get the opportunity for the Tag Team Championships right now. And here comes her tag team partner, the Genius of the Sky, Io Sky. This is going to be really a tag team we have never thought we would see in a million years. Io and Stephanie Vicker teaming up.
and her tag team partner from Tokyo, Japan, Io Sky.
Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez held those tag team championships since the summer of 2025, and they are still the tag team champions. Could this be the moment that they finally lose those tag team championships, dropping them to Io and Stephanie? I mean, we just might see it tonight because they definitely are star power together in that ring, and coming together to go for the tag team titles. Oh yeah, we definitely here for it. We definitely here for it. And you hear the ovation for the Judgment Day as Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez La Lula is ready to defend those tag team titles right now. They have been the most dominant tag team champions.
And their opponents, they are the Women's Tag Team Champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, the Judgment Day.
We saw the outcome of the Men's World Tag Team Championships earlier tonight. Could Io Sky and Stephanie Vicker suffer the same fate here tonight? They cannot, I repeat, they absolutely cannot have any countouts. Otherwise, the titles will not change hands. It gotta be either pinfall or submission. But this is what it's about right here for those women's tag team titles. Liv Morgan and Raquel holding over the titles because this is what it's all about. The goal, the prize possessions right there. Could this be the final moment of the Judgment Day as the women's tag team champions? Liv Morgan and Stephanie to start this match, and here we go. And Stephanie went in straight for that drop kick, but she missed it right there, didn't get enough of it right there. And Liv Morgan is bringing her up right there. And Liv, oh my God, Liv right there with a massive drop kick right there. And now she tags in Raquel. Raquel is in now, and she goes with a roll-up right there. Raquel trying to steal the pin, but it wasn't enough right there. Oh my gosh! Did you just see that right there? She almost took the head off of Stephanie. That's what I talk about, the massive power. The power right there of Raquel. Oh! And she drops her down right there with a leg drop. Stephanie is in control. Uh-oh! 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 Oh, no! We thought we was finna see it. But Raquel reversed it right there. And she's bringing Raquel back to her feet. She's bringing her back. Uh-oh. And an Irish whip taken down La Lola. And you see Stephanie right there taking the jabs straight to Raquel. And Raquel got her up in a German suplex right there. Raquel, she is a massive woman right there, and she takes no prisoners because Liv Morgan got it all on her side right there. She has the power, she has the muscle on her side. So anything is possible for Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day when you're dealing with Raquel. Io Sky has yet to be in this match yet, and I spoke too soon, as here comes Io Sky as she is officially in this match. Oh my gosh! Did you just see that right there? Raquel just down there punched the chest in of Io. And she just punched her right there, right to the back. Uh-oh! And she just tossed Io right there into the solid turnbuckle, right into that video turnbuckle. And she just working on her right there. And look at Liv. Here comes Liv. Liv is in now. And Liv right there trying to jump on the back right there of Io. And Liv going in for the cover. She's going in for a cover right there, but no. Io Sky kicks out of that quickly. Last week we saw these two in a one-on-one match, Liv Morgan and Io Sky, as Liv Morgan got that massive victory. But La Lula is back in, and Raquel right there drops her down with the power bomb. And Stephanie breaks that up right there, breaking up that pinfall. And Liv Morgan is back in. Liv is back in here. Bringing her to her feet here, bringing Io back to her feet. Oh, running right into her right there. Oh, and Io right there with an uppercut. And she tags back in Stephanie. And Liv right there. Oh, and Liv right there with a spinning kick right there. Turning it right there into a modified power bomb. I can't even name the name of that, what she just did. But now Raquel is back in. Raquel is back in a double team right there from both women. And Raquel just kicking her right to the back of the kidneys. Tossing Stephanie right there. But now here comes Liv. Liv is back inside. And he goes for it one more time. And now here comes Io as Stephanie McCure was straight in for the tag. Io comes in, but Liv goes right into her right there. And Liv got it locked in. Liv got that submission hold locked in right there to Io. Could she tap? And no, Io fights out of it right there. And she's bringing her back to her feet. And Io right there. Io's going for the cover. Could she do it for this team right here? And no. And Io, Io got the legs. She got the double legs locked in right there. But Raquel breaks that up right there. Raquel wasn't letting that happen. They're going to do everything in their might to keep those women's tag team titles and Liv right there with a standing oblivion. A standing oblivion right there. Could they do it? No. Stephanie breaks that up right there. Stephanie made sure that did not happen right there. And look at Liv. And Liv right there just tossing Io right there into the turnbuckle. And now Liv is going up. She's up top right here. And Stephanie, she goes in for Stephanie. Change of plans and Liv Morgan with the double knees right there to Stephanie. Could this put her away? Oh no, when Stephanie stays in, you see Liv Morgan throwing a temper tantrum because she thought that was the moment she scored it for the Judgment Day. She see that these two is not easy. They're not easy to put away. And Liv with another standing oblivion. Could she do it this time? But Io Sky comes in and breaks it up once again. Bringing Steph to her feet here. And she's got her up on her shoulders. She's got her up. Oh, and a punch right there. Oh, and look at Liv. Liv right there. And Liv is going up top. She's going up top. She's taking it to the sky. And she comes down with a power splash right there. Liv Morgan has been dominating in this match, and she tags in Liv Morgan, and you see Stephanie look like she is out of it. She is out, and Liv is out now, but she tags in the dangerous Raquel right here. Raquel is up top, and she comes down with an elbow, and she's going in for the cover. You just saw her just snap the neck right off of Stephanie, and the Judgment Day continues their reign of terror as the Women's Tag Team Champions. They're still on top of the Women's Tag Team division as they remain the Women's Tag Team Champions as Raquel Rodriguez finished off this match, continuing their success as Tag Team Champions. As they say, the Judgment Day for life. The Judgment Day stands on tall. This right here, she came down with that power bomb, dropping her down on the back of her neck. But this was many of finishers of tag team finishers between the Judgment Day. And this is where Liv went for that standing oblivion right there. One of many throughout this match, but it wasn't enough to get it. But then this right here was Stephanie runs right into the double knees. As this is where Liv thought she had it. She kicks out. Liv throwing that temper tantrum, but then went in for one more time for an oblivion. But Io didn't let it happen right there. But this is where we coming to the ending of this match, leaving it open for Raquel Rodriguez to get that massive pin right there to Stephanie the Cure.
Here is your winners! Is still the Women's Tag Team Champions, the Judgment Day!
congratulations to the Judgment Day, as they are still your women's tag team champions.
May I help you, sir?
I don't know. Maybe. I was over there and I was listening to you and Gunter earlier tonight. I am always looking for some new blood to step up. So how about next week, you and me, big guy?
Listen, I'm ready to take on any challenge, so I accept your challenge next week. Welcome to the ruler's yard.
Dude, we have the opportunity now to go after those tag team titles now that Sky and Stephanie lost their shot tonight.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is our next moment to shine. So let's go talk to Adam and see what we can do to get our shots next.
Yes. Okay, let's go.
Oh my God! The ground just shook. Here comes the big man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Adelaide, South Australia, weighing in at 330 pounds, Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed is ready for this action here tonight, as he's going to take on one half of the Alpha Academy, the big man himself, Otis, in this one-on-one match. We saw Bronson Reed going on with Akira Tozawa last week, but tonight, Otis challenged Bronson Reed to a match here tonight. We saw Bronson Reed return at the Royal Rumble, but he is now back, and he is crushing competition. Here we go, two big worlds collide. Otis and Bronson Reed, one-on-one here tonight. You see them locked up right here. They're both locked up. The referee had to separate them both. And you see Bronson Reed taking it right there to Otis. Otis is down, but I spoke too soon as he countered that right there, and now he is in control of Bronson Reed. Both these men here are two big gladiators, and they're just taking it to one another right there, having a ring. Massive pounds right there within the ring between these two men. And you see Otis, look at Otis taking it right there, taking the power to him right there. And look at him right there, telling him to come on. He is ready for the shots, but Otis right there goes down as the big man drops him down. And he comes down, but Otis moves out of the way right there. And he goes for a cover. And no, Bronson Reed stays in this thing here. Otis with a, I don't know if that was a headbutt right there or worm-like type headbutt. And he just tossing Reed right there. Just tossing like a rag doll across the ring. These two gladiators within this ring right now. Bronson Reed said he would knock out both of these men with no problem. He already defeated Akira Tozawa last week, and now he got Otis in that ring right here. Otis is not going to be as easy as Akira, but Bronson Reed knows how to get it done. Former dominant Intercontinental Champion until dropping his title to Gunther at this past SummerSlam. But look at Otis. Otis is fighting. He's fighting for his life over there in that corner, trying to get himself back up. And he just running right into him right there. And he goes for a cover. Nope, that was a near fall right there. And now Otis is bringing him up to his feet right here. Otis got him up. Otis dropping him down. Oh my God, no, Bronson Reed reversed that right there. Oh my gosh. Just running all his weight into him right there. But what does Reed? Oh my gosh. He just dropped Otis right on the back of his damn neck. And that's all he wrote right there. Oh my gosh. That was one hard-hitting match between these two men here. Bronson Reed and Otis went one-on-one. And when I tell you this was some heavy machinery in that ring, that's exactly what it was. But this right here is what concluded the match, leaving the fade out for Otis as he was dropped on the back of his head from the big man, the 330-plus pound Bronson Reed.
Here is your winner, Big Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed standing victorious here tonight as he knocked off both Alpha Academy here on Monday Night Raw. Wow, that was something else we just saw between those two as Bronson Reed got it done yet again between those two as he defeated Akira and now he just defeated Otis. But ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that our brand newest pay-per-view that's going to be coming to us, premiering on our official YouTube channel, coming to us Saturday, May 30th, inside of the Paris La Défense Arena. It will be called Clash in Paris, France. The first ever PLA premium live event streaming to us live from Paris, France. DWC is doing it big. We're doing it different this time. And the show ain't gonna stop there. And Monday Night Raw continuing with the young OG, Javon Evans. And there he is, the young OG is ready for one-on-one action against Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 195 pounds, the young OG, Javon Evans.
We saw these two young men backstage as Javon Evans was backstage earlier tonight, and Dominic walks up and challenges him to a match because Dominic still feel like that Javon had his number in that six-pack challenge match last week. So I'm trying to figure out what is the beef from Dom with Javon. I mean, they was all 1-for-1.
And his opponent from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, Dirty Dominic Mysterio!
But in all, Dom still feel like that Javon stopped him from winning that match in that fatal four-way to get that opportunity to go up against Gunther at WrestleMania. So now he got this little bit of a vendetta against Javon, and then now he's challenging Javon right now to a match one-on-one here tonight. Dirty Dominic Mysterio, the son of legendary WWE Hall of Famer Rey Mysterio and former DWC legend Rey Mysterio. You see Javon all laid back, but he's ready for this one-on-one action here tonight. And there we go, the battle is officially has rung. Javon right there with a spinning heel kick right to the back of the head of Dirty Dom. And look at Javon right there. Javon is not playing. Oh, and Javon with the springboard hurricanrana right there. This is what I'm talking about. The athleticism from this young man comes from Javon. He is one-star player in this match right now. And he's definitely a star in the making here in DWC. And Javon comes down with that backflip right there from the top. He didn't really get all of it right there, and he didn't get that either as Dominic moved out the way. But Javon kind of had the upper hand right there, but Dom is fully in control. But Javon comes back on him right there, and he comes down with a hurricanrana. This match is moving very fast as Javon is moving like lightning in this matchup. And no, Dominic stays in. He's still in this thing here. But look at Javon. Javon setting him up here. Oh, and Javon trying to hit it right there, but Dominic moved right out the way, leaving nobody home for Evans. Thought he was going for a cover there. And look at Javon. Javon is just taking it to him right here. He is just taking it to Dominic. Javon is fired up here tonight. He is not playing. And Javon gets it right there. In the massive drop kick, you see the momentum right here from Javon. Dominic is not standing no chance, and Javon hits the uppercut. He gets the uppercut right there. And now he's going up top, and he comes down with the corkscrew. Javon officially gets the win over Dirty Dom, shutting him up. Javon made his point clear here tonight, shutting down Dirty Dom as Dominic challenging him to a match, and Javon just wiped the floor with him here tonight. I know Dom is going to leave here tonight with his tail tucked between his legs, but I know he's not going to leave this alone just that easily. Javon and Dominic Mysterio definitely have war of words back and forth with each other. I know this is not over with because I know Javon is going to be celebrating, but Dominic is not going to be happy after this. So I think Javon needs to watch his back down the line. This right here is where Javon took it to the heavens right here, going for that uppercut right there as he got all of it, and then he comes down with the corkscrew. This is what put the fate in for Dominic and got the victory for Javon here tonight.
Here is your winner, Javon Evans!
So proud of this young OG, this young man, Javon Evans, because he is definitely going to be a star player here on Monday Night Raw. One of the youngest superstars we have ever seen here in DWC, and he is running flag here on Monday Night Raw.
What's up, big guy? I think me and you need to chat.
And here comes Drew McIntyre. The World Heavyweight Champion is here, and he is tired of Seth Rollins. As you see, he is angry, and he is ready to confront Seth Rollins right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre!
Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre have to close this chapter for this World Heavyweight Championship, and they will do just that at WrestleMania. But can they get along here tonight? I know Drew McIntyre is ready to settle the score right now and get this over with.
I am so done playing these childish games with you, Seth Rollins. WrestleMania can't come any faster because I am going to claymore his head so damn hard into this ring.
Uh-oh. And here comes Seth freaking Rollins. Seth is here. Seth said tonight, there's going to be no talking. He don't want to talk. And you see him right there as he's prepared for battle. You know when it's WrestleMania season because everybody is on edge and they are ready to fight. And Seth Rollins charges to the ring. And look at Drew McIntyre. He just took flight into the crowd. Drew McIntyre just talked all that trash, and he runs away like a coward from Seth Rollins. But at the end of the day, Drew McIntyre will step back in the ring with Seth Rollins for that World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, they will collide for the final time for that World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania as Drew McIntyre took flight in the crowd. But ladies and gentlemen, this Friday on SmackDown, speaking of WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes will address the attack from Roman Reigns because we're still confused about what was the reason of attacking Cody Rhodes. That was to determine your challenger at WrestleMania. So now we're left with more questions than answers. Roman Reigns will not be at SmackDown, but Cody Rhodes will be. But ladies and gentlemen, next week, for Monday Night Raw. We will be coming to you live from inside of the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Monday Night Raw will be coming to you live as we will be quickly getting ready to finalize the road to WrestleMania. As you just seen tonight, everybody's on edge, everybody is ready, everybody wants to fight, because when WrestleMania season come around, this is what it's all about. But ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to like, comment, and to subscribe to our official YouTube channel here tonight. If you haven't, turn on those bell notifications to make sure you stay up to date and you always getting the latest notifications from us here live, and you don't want to miss anything. Monday Night Raw has a massive crowd here tonight, here in Madison Square Garden. But next week, when we come to you live from inside of the Toyota Center for Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar will be at Monday Night Raw. He will be there, and you don't want to miss that, guys, because Brock Lesnar is going to be... What the hell? What is he doing? What is CM Punk doing here? He just taking apart our table. What is going on here?
Brock, I know your ass is listening somewhere, so hear me loud and clear. What I did to you tonight is only half of what's to come at WrestleMania. Now that our match is officially a street fight, I'm going to lay your ass out and slay you. Brock, see your ass at Mania.
Well, CM Punk just came out here and made it clear to Brock Lesnar that they learned that their match is now a Philadelphia street fight. CM Punk is ready for WrestleMania, and he ain't taking no prisoners with Brock Lesnar, as that is going to be one hell of a brawl. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on our official YouTube channel. See you next week in Houston, Texas.